Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. You know what? Since it's the weekend, let's do the whole darn thing. Saturday, February the 27th, Insomnia Awareness Day. And if you have insomnia, you are definitely aware. Also, National...
That is miserable, by the way.
Yeah, it really is. National Kahlua Day. National Retro Day, which is cool. Day to look back at all the cool things from the past. National Strawberry Day, which I love strawberries. National Polar Bear Day, which I love polar bears. And Skip the Straw Day. I do that all the time.
I know you do.
I don't need a straw.
I like straws.
Like, yeah, you can keep that. I don't need that. Sunday, the 28th of February, final day of the month, by the way, National Chocolate Souffle Day, National Floral Design Day, National Public Sleeping Day. I've done that plenty of times.
Yes, you have.
I have fallen asleep in public more times than I care to admit. National Tooth Fairy Day and Rare Disease Day, USA. All of that happening on Sunday. And this weekend, going to be chatting with our good friend Jordan Goodman. He is America's Money Answers Man. We'll be chatting with him coming up in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Researchers from the University of Basel in Switzerland say regular caffeine consumption does not disrupt sleep quality, but it can alter the structure of your brain connected to memory. Whether it's coffee, cola, or energy drinks, study authors say caffeine is the world's most consumed psychoactive substance.
Okay.
So a lot of folks out there getting their caffeine, so it can alter the structure of your brain, the way it connects to memory. I don't remember what that means. And a survey of 2,000 American dog owners show what most people probably already knew. 7 in 10 say they would gladly put themselves in harm's way to save their puppy friend. Of those respondents who are married or in a relationship, 79%, over half, 53%, oh, I see. 79% of the married people say they'd put themselves in harm's way. And over half, 53%, say they kiss their hound more than their partner. Wow.
That was definitely the case at our house.
Yeah, probably.
I think for both of us.
Yeah. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. A Florida lawyer, a former lawyer, who made headlines when his pants caught on fire during an arson trial a couple years ago. Remember that?
I thought that was so funny.
It was, hilarious. He was recently charged with possession of cocaine.
Uh-oh.
Stephen Gutierrez, arrested, being pulled over with a broken headlight during the traffic stop. Miami-Dade police noticed a bulge in his pocket, made them think it was a knife. But turned out it was not a knife. It was a cylinder with white powder inside that turned out to be cocaine. Yeah, so he was arrested after his license to practice law was revoked back in October. Florida bar records show that...
and I was going to say at least he'll be able to save money by defending himself, but it certainly doesn't sound like it.
I think you could defend yourself. The ex-attorney gained nationwide notoriety 4 years ago when he was representing a man accused of torching his own car for insurance money, and during the trial... his pants literally caught on fire. They say it was spontaneous combustion.
Oh, my God.
But his own pants erupted in flames. Liar, liar,
liar,
pants
liar,
on
pants
fire,
on
they
fire.
said. That was the big story of the day back then. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Disney has unveiled the first trailer for Cruella. It's their latest live-action offering, starring Emma Stone as the iconic 101 Dalmatians villainess. So I've not seen the trailer yet. I have a link to it here. If you want to see it, we could click on it and watch it. Internet continues to buzz after Jersey Shore star Nicole Snooki Polazzi tested positive for COVID. So everybody's concerned
That's a
about
shame.
that. Yeah, hopefully everything works out there. Gwyneth Paltrow is in the news again. She is just an interesting lady. She revealed that she contracted COVID, quote, early on in the pandemic. I don't know when. But she said, a little background, I had COVID-19 early on, and it left me with some long-tail fatigue and brain fog. The fatigue is not good. The brain fog isn't a big deal. So there we go. There's a link if you want to read the rest of the details on that. Thanks for listening to Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. Buckingham Palace insiders say Princess William is saddened and shocked by Harry's behavior towards the Queen. So what's going on there?
I don't know. That's too bad.
Have you been paying attention to any of this?
Has he been treating her? Oh, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. Royal Weekly Magazine has been stacking up in the other room. You haven't been reading those, have you?
No, I have not.
Huh. And I don't know what's going on. I have to apparently check at the next time I'm at a checkout stand. I have to read one of those things to see what's going on. Germany is tightening their borders. They have lockdowns to keep out various strains of COVID. So there's different things right now that they're working on keeping them out. New report says any traveler who visits England from, quote, a red list country, end quote, could face steep fines, a possible 10-year prison sentence. 33 countries, by the way, that are on that list. South Africa, Portugal, all of South America, from where travel, if they're leaving that area coming to England, it's banned largely because of concerns of new strains of COVID as well. And can we move on to something that doesn't have COVID? How about this one? How about this one right here? A 12-year-old British boy's life was saved with surgery after he swallowed 54 magnets. I don't know why. He was attracted to them for some reason, and he thought that they would be tasty. I don't know. But he swallowed 54 magnets. They had to go in and cut him open and remove these magnets through a surgery. So for those of you wondering, don't eat magnets. How's that sound? Pretty good advice?
Absolutely.
All right.
Always good advice.
I think so. A high-speed police chase in Germany. Why are all these stories from overseas today? It's like every one of these has been from somewhere else. High-speed police chase in Germany. The driver lost control, ran off the road, flipped his car. At times, the driver was going over 110 miles per hour. Police noted the car flipped.
Wow.
The man was not wearing any pants, they noticed when they got up there. They're like, look at that. This guy got no pants on.
That probably had nothing to do with the reason that the car flipped
well, you never
over,
know. But I just thought it was kind of an interesting aside, apparently. And a Florida man was arrested for indecent exposure told police he was protesting for civil rights. The story happened a couple weeks ago. Bringing it up now because the judge sentenced him to 0 jail time last week.
Really?
Yeah, so during the week when this was actually taken, because people were going, oh, he's going to get a lot of trouble for this. And they're like, nope, he can just go.
Wow.
So he was indecently exposing himself in the name of
civil rights. There
apparently.
You go.
A Russian college student. This is an interesting story here. Russian college student who was ousted by the media as President Vladimir Putin's secret daughter, says that she is loving the limelight after being named his alleged love child. After news of the alleged love child broke, Putin's spokesperson claims that the story was, quote, not very convincing. So they're like, no, I don't think so. So she's excited about the news, and he's going, yeah, I don't think so. This is your scoop of the day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, But I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
It's the John and Heidi Show Weekend Edition, and we have Jordan Goodman, America's Money Answers Man, on the line. How are you, sir?
Great to be with you, John.
It's always good to visit. Now, since you and I talked last, the financial world has had some turbulence in some areas. I don't quite understand it, but that's why I'm going to ask you. The whole GameStop thing. What in the world was going on there anyway?
Okay, so let's explain it from the beginning. So these companies that are having trouble, if not going bankrupt, their stocks keep going down. So the big hedge funds on Wall Street like to profit from them failing, basically. So they sell their stock short, hoping it's going to go down. And usually that works out pretty well. But it's publicly knowledge as to what the so-called short position is on all these various stocks. So GameStop, nobody's buying video games in stores anymore. They do it online. So GameStop's company has been doing terribly. The stock was 50, that was down to 10. The short position was hoping it's going to go to 0. But now along comes the little guy, all the individual investors. Robinhood is this platform, steal from the rich to the poor, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And by the millions, people are joining Robinhood, and they get together over these social networks and Reddit and these platforms and say, let's get back at the man. And so let's start buying GameStop. And they just buy it by the millions, and the stock went from 10 to 460 in about 2 weeks.
Wow.
So the big boys in the short positions are feeling a lot of pain because every time the stock goes up, they lose more and more money. And so at a certain point, they capitulate, and they then go buy the stock to cover their short positions, which makes the stock go up even more. So it's been wildly volatile. It got so volatile that Robinhood actually had to stop trading for a day or so, which made people very mad because they just were overwhelmed by the whole situation. They've now reopened it again. And after they reopened it, it went from 460 to 200. Now it's about 70, something like that. And then they said, okay, well, GameStop was fun, so let's do AMC, which is the big movie theater chain that hasn't had a movie theater open in a year, which is just about going bankrupt. So they brought that from $2 to $50. And then let's do Bed Bath & Beyond, and on it goes. And then they said, well, let's do silver. So they attacked silver. Silver went from $18 an ounce to $29 an ounce pretty much instantly. So this is what I call flash mob investing, John.
Yeah.
The flash mob is going to decide which they're going to attack next. And it's been pretty wild. So there's nothing wrong with it. It makes for a lot of volatility. I'm a little worried about little guys who buy at the peak. You know, the guy who bought GameStop at 460 is now 70 is probably not too happy. This is what they call FOMO, fear of missing out. Everybody wants to get in on the game because it's 460 and it's clearly going to go to 1,000. This is a stock that may not be worth 10 because it's going out of business. So that's a brief explanation of the craziness that just happened on Wall Street. And it's going to continue to happen, John. It's not over.
So now GameStop wasn't doing really well before this. Does this help them? Does it hurt them? Or does it not even really affect them?
Now, some of these companies, when their stocks went way up, they offer new shares to the public. That's a way of them cashing in. Because instead of their stock being 10, it's now 200. If they sell new shares, they're getting 200. So it gets a cash infusion into the company. But they know it's all a mirage. I mean, 10 is probably right, if not lower, with the real valuation of GameStop. But it was just this flash mob that pushed it up on totally technical reasons, having nothing to do with what's going on with the company itself.
I saw people cheering them on, going, oh, this is great, this is amazing. And I had one that was doing that, and I said, so what does this mean? He's like, I have no idea.
Well, this is what's happened. The little guy was putting in small, he put in $100, and the next 2 weeks it's worth $50,000 or something like that. So it gets people very excited. But you have to sell with it, and that's what got people so upset, is when the stock got to 460, and then they were frozen, people couldn't sell to capture their gains.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people concerned about that. But this is not going away. I think we're going to continue to have flash mob investing. You just never know what thing they're going to pick on next.
So for people listening that maybe would like to get involved in investing or at least learn a little more, can they learn more on your website?
Well, yes, I've got a lot of things at moneyanswers.com. They can find out about these things. These are not stocks that pay any dividends. If you go to stocks that pay dividends, then that's going to be much safer. Real estate investment trust, a master limited partnership. There are loads of places to put your money where you can get a yield of 5, 6, 7% without having this kind of volatility. This is just pure speculation, John. Most people should stay away from it.
Again, our guest today, Jordan Goodman, moneyanswers.com. Jordan, thank you for making that super simple. I actually understood everything you just said.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, John. Always glad to help.
Again, Jordan's website, moneyanswers.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Researchers are experimenting with bricks made out of mushrooms. I don't know why.
Why don't we just make bricks out of brick stuff?
Out of what? Brick stuff? Oh my goodness. I believe it's because the mushrooms, you can just plant new ones and grow new mushrooms, so they're they come back. So it's something that would be, there's a word for that. I don't know what that word is.
It rejuvenates.
That's not the word either.
Oh.
But you know the one. You know the word. Researchers are experimenting again with bricks made out of mushrooms rather than brick stuff. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Russia. A famous Russian Instagram model is under fire for posing nude on top of an endangered elephant.
Oh, well, that's not very nice.
No, it is not. An interesting thing is, I looked up I didn't look up this story. I could care less about a nude model on top of an elephant, but I looked up the qualifications to become an Instagram model. You know what it takes to become an Instagram model?
You just post something on Instagram.
All you need is an Instagram account.
Yep.
And start taking pictures. And next thing you know, boom, Instagram model.
Well, there you go.
I actually have become an Instagram model.
Have you?
Yeah, if anyone wants to follow me on Instagram, I'm on there. And if you can find me, you can follow me. Thanks for listening. I don't remember what it's called on there. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. We head to the United Arab Emirates for this one, where police arrested a man for stealing a highly valuable newborn camel to give to his girlfriend for her birthday.
Aww.
The owners of the camel reported the theft, prompting Dubai police to fruitlessly search the area. Several days later, a man called authorities to say a stray camel had wandered onto his farm 3 kilometers, about 2 miles away. Dubai police then interrogated the man, and his story started falling apart. Soon he admitted, okay, yeah, I went to my neighbor's place, and I did steal a rare breed of camel for my girlfriend, settling for the newborn after failing to wrangle an adult. He was trying to get a big camel.
Oh, okay.
He reported the stray beast when he grew worried about being caught. Police returned the camel to the rightful owners, arrested the suspect and his girlfriend on charges of theft and making a false statement. Why is the girlfriend being arrested for this?
You know, as cool as the United States is, we will never have stories of someone stealing a camel for
You never
someone.
know. There could be.
Unless you steal from a zoo.
I don't know. Do you want me to go find a camel for you?
I would love a camel.
No camels and no monkeys. You know the rules. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by RedCrossBlood.org. If you encounter a particularly rough patch of ice or snow while shoveling this winter, don't reach for a can of gas. like a Midland Park man did. Firefighters had to respond. This is really a sad story. Fire department arrived. They called the hazmat unit. They had to use a speedy dry to sop up the gas. The man, who police would not name in the story, had poured about a half a gallon of gasoline on a gravelly 2-foot by 2-foot square section of his backyard. He thought it'd be a good idea to dump some gasoline in there and then light it on fire. A neighbor called the police after smelling something burning. They say, I don't ever recall being dispatched to something like this in the past. It is not very common. Let's just put it that way, end quote. So he thought, I'm going to melt this snow by dumping gas on it and just lighting it on fire.
Okay.
So didn't work.
What happened?
It made a big mess. No, nothing exploded. It just had a big fire in his backyard.
Oh.
So not a good plan. Let's not do that. Now you know.
It sounded like he had a plan.
Yeah, it wasn't a good plan. That's why it is today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, I'm going to ask you right now, and you're going to see if you can guess this correctly.
All right, I'm ready.
Prairie View, Carmel, Indiana. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Prairie View.
Prairie View. I'll say rehab center.
And you are, sorry, you're wrong.
Ah.
It's a golf course. No golf clap for you. For those of you who guessed correctly at home, though. Does that make you feel even worse? Just checking. This is how we play.
You.
Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think this is good news. This is really a cool story. This is kind of one of those things where you go, anybody can do anything. I just think this is such a cool story. Our good news, by the way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Here's the story, the headline. I came to the U.S. not knowing English with just $300 to my name. Today, I am taking NASA to Mars. This is a cool story. When she moved to the United States from Colombia, a NASA engineer, Jet Propulsion Laboratory engineer, Diana Trulio, didn't even speak English. She paid her way through college by cleaning houses. She learned English and is now working to send her second spacecraft to the surface of Mars. She said, I used to clean houses, and today I'm trying to find out if there's life on another planet. That would really just be kind of a cool thing to be going, wow, look what I was able to do.
Yeah.
She got to the United States at age 17. She had $300. Her parents were still in Colombia. She said, when I arrived in the U.S., my goal was to help Mom. To tell you the truth, the first objective was just not to starve. That was very clear to me in my head, that I had to survive. I had to be sure that I had a place to live and I had stuff to eat. And, she said, I had no idea about those basic things, but I knew that I had to do that. And I had to learn the language. And I had to help Mom. And she did really well when she got to college. She learned English. She was super smart before she even got to the United States. So that helped a bunch.
Yep.
And now she is a rocket scientist.
Right. That's fantastic. Good for her.
So works with aerospace as an aerospace engineer at the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And she's currently leading the engineer team in charge of the 7-foot robotic arm of the Perseverance rover that is driving around on Mars. That is just a cool story. By the way, she's the first Hispanic immigrant woman to be accepted into the NASA Academy as well. And she hopes that she will be an inspiration for the next generation to follow in her footsteps. It's a cool story. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.